Hi, my name is Amy Duran.
I'm Natalie Perez.
I'm Alexa, Money Alexa, Pimpin' Alexa, Stunning Alexa, Wild Alexa, your mommy Alexa, Static Alexa, and you're watching Disney Channel.
No, you're not. But anyways, welcome to our podcast. Today we will be discussing cheaters, or more specifically, whether you should take them back. Not only that, but we will also be discussing who cheats more, men or women. We interviewed a couple of people and we also had a discussion ourselves. I hope you enjoy. So here we have our first interviewee. Is that a word? Interview person. Person we interviewed. I'm literally keeping this in. Okay.
What do you consider cheating?
When you look at the paper or something else when you're taking the test and
No.
Wrong kind of cheating. Next.
Okay, what do you consider cheating in a relationship?
Oh, in a relationship, okay, because I just took a test and I cheated on that, but I'm like, we don't talk about that. And being unfaithful emotionally, well, and physically, but emotionally, most importantly.
Would you take back a cheater?
Depending of the situation and the circumstances. Like, if it was emotionally, and because I feel like people deserve a second chance. But, like, then once you start getting, like, hella chances, that's when you're, like, you know?
Okay.
I feel like I would have to say no.
Who cheats more, men or women?
More men. Maybe because just, like, they're unsatisfied with, like, people. You know what I mean? But, like, it's true, though. It's true.
She is speaking the truth, but someone else is also speaking facts, which is our next interviewer.
So what would you consider cheating?
Like flirting, having sex with other people. We're gonna bleep it out.
Would you take back a cheater?
No,
Why not?
because they cheated and obviously they don't want to be with you if they cheated.
Now, who do you think cheats more, men or women?
Probably men. I guess boys just have girls on their mind too much. They tend to interview mis homeboys, mis cuates, mis amigos. What do you consider cheating?
It depends. Like if I tell them, like if they're hanging out with a girl, like that's cool, but like if it gets too much or like too often, or if I just see signs or something, like I'm gonna tell her first, and then if she don't listen or like she tries to argue or something, then I'm gonna assume something is going on. So that's like basically just too much contact with other dudes after I tell you about it, after I tell you how I don't like it.
But is that just like lack of interest, conflict in interest, or cheating?
I say conflict of interest at first, but after I talk to you about it and you keep doing it, I'm gonna consider it cheating.
Would you take a cheater back?
No,
Why not?
they had their chance. I talked to you about it.
You don't think people can change?
Well, if I talk to you about it, that's your chance to change right there. And then if you don't change, then obviously you're not going to at like anytime soon. So
Who do you think cheats more, men or women?
I say it's easier for girls, but I say dudes do it more because dudes don't think with their heads.
They don't think with their heads, huh? That's nice. Now on to our next person.
What do you consider cheating?
Well, when you first betray your partner's trust by deciding that you like someone else, or you start doing something with someone else where it's not a point where it's friendship, but just starting a whole new relationship with someone and doing relationship style things.
What do you get back with the cheater?
Huh? No.
Why not?
They already betrayed my trust once. Why should I let them have it again?
Who do you think cheats more, men or women?
Man. Because, what's it called? Take my uncle, for instance. He's cheated on 6 people, including his wife. My aunts haven't. There's a societal standard where if a girl cheats, she's considered a
Bad person.
and if a man cheats, he's a stud, which is usually the case. If I were to just have multiple relationships with girls at once, I'd be considered a...
Really cool.
While if a girl were to do the same thing, she would
Dirty.
be a rag.
All right. Moving on.
What do you consider cheating?
So for me, cheating is like anything you would do with your significant other.
Did you take back a cheater?
No, never.
Why would you take a cheater
Yeah.
back though? Like,
Because
they
cheaters
could do it again.
Cheaters never change.
But cheaters are just people. You don't think people can change?
No, hell no. That's just being toxic.
If you really cállate. If you really love somebody, you wouldn't put them in a situation where you'd know that you would hurt them.
Who cheats more, men or women?
I feel like they equally do, but like girls know how to do it better. Like they know how to hide it.
So I asked Siri if interviewee was a word, and it is. So thank you to all our interviewees, and even those whose audio I cut out. Whoops. Now it's time to see the thoughts of the hosts.
If I were in a relationship, what would I consider cheating? I feel like that person should know you well enough to I don't know how to explain it. Like, if they know you so well, they're going to know what's going to hurt you. So it's like, why do it?
So when you're with someone, like, yeah, you can hang out with other people, like guys, I guess. But if they're trusting, but at the same time, like, you wouldn't do that if you're in a relationship, you know? Because you already got your person. So why do you hang out with another guy? And two, like, if you're, like, the person that you feel like you're kind of losing feelings or, like, you're catching feelings for someone else, do you think that's cheating?
Well, I think
yeah, because in a way...
No. If you lose feelings for someone, I don't think... That's obviously not cheating. That's just losing interest, you know? And it happens, you know?
Yeah.
And you just get through it, you get over it. But if they lose interest but gain interest in somebody else while they're with you, I would consider that obviously not physically cheating, but emotionally cheating, which is what I think hurts more in the end, knowing that they were emotionally attached to somebody else while they're with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So now, here's the question. Should you take back a cheater?
I think no. Like, personally, I would not because I feel like you shouldn't.
What do you think?
It depends on the situation. Because, like, there are people who are willing to change, but then there are those who aren't willing. I feel like give them a second chance, and from then, that will determine if you should stay with them or not.
I think that they should have changed when you were with them.
Like, sometimes they don't actually talk to the person until it happens because they don't want to, like, seem like they're not
but, like, if they're not willing to
person.
respect you while you're together.
Well,
I
don't think they're going to learn because you let it pass the first time. So it's like, why not do it again? I mean, they're not going to do anything.
Okay, you shouldn't take back a cheater.
Why?
That's what I believe. Because they've disrespected you, they've disrespected the relationship, and essentially they've disrespected themselves in a relationship. Now, would I? That's a different question. Would you take back a cheater?
I think, if they're good looking, that's another story. But, like, if they're good looking, maybe. Not gonna lie, maybe.
Would you take back a cheater?
I don't know. It depends on the situation. You shouldn't. But would I? It depends.
On what?
How bad it was. Because, like I said, they shouldn't try to do anything to hurt you if they know you. But then, I mean, that means they just got bored. Like, how do you get bored of someone, in my opinion, that you've liked so much? That makes, like, no sense to me.
Please do that.
How could you talk to someone for so long, and then eventually you just get bored? In the beginning, when you're with someone, it's like, okay, I'm barely getting to know this person. But once you know them, know them, it's kind of like, okay, you're going to get bored. So then that's when you guys walk through life together.
You choose to be with someone, and you choose how you feel about them.
Exactly.
I doubt you can ever really know a person completely. There's no way you're going to know everything about a person.
Exactly. That's why.
So if you lose feelings, like, you essentially get bored of a person, is because you choose to. So in other words, you can choose to invest into a relationship, or you can choose to just let it go.
But, like,
who do you think cheat more, men or women?
Men. No, I feel like it's probably the same. Just that, like people said, boys get caught more.
Okay, but according to the stats, even beyond high school, according to ifstudies.org, the trend data going back to the 1990s suggests that men have always been more likely than women to cheat. In the 1990s, the infidelity rate peaked among men by 31%, and women 18%.
22% of ever married blacks said that they cheated on their spouse, compared to 16% of whites and 13% of Hispanics.
In conclusion, 1, do not take back a cheater.
2, men cheat more often than women.
And 3, we actually don't have a third point.
I'm Natalie.
I'm Alexa. And I'm Amy. And you're watching. Actually, you're not even watching, you're listening. But now you won't be because this is over. Thank you. Have a good day.